The year is 2121 and the Earth has become uninhabitable. Every single scientist spent the past 100 years trying to decipher Nirvana High Paladin instead of solving climate change. Simply put, the complexity of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ended the world. But hope still remains. Two heroes, the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandsons of MBT and RJ, have made a startling discovery. Right when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just beginning, before Synchros, before Goats, before Master Rule 1, there existed another rule set. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules. No tributes, no quick plays, one spell, and one trap per turn. Now, using Tachyon technology, these two must contact their ancestors, convince them to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior rules, and conscript as many of their fellow Yu-Gi-Tubers as possible to start a movement to simplify the game that would eventually end the human race. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Junior journey.
We had a white Christmas in Western Washington this year. It's been years since that happened. In fact, the snow just melted after 2 weeks yesterday, which means not all hope is lost. Despite whatever the hell happened last episode, we still have a chance to turn this thing around. I have hope, because we set out to make a simpler Yu-Gi-Oh! And it doesn't get much more simple than resolve painful choice, win the game. This is the inevitable conclusion that we have come to after 4 weeks of testing this format in the Discord. It really is true that if you resolve painful choice and your opponent does not, you have won the game. No matter what the deck is, no matter what you put in the graveyard with painful choice, you will just win. And by far and away, the best thing to do with Painful Choice is send Chaos monsters. Chaos is beyond Tier 1, it is a Tier 0 deck. If you have Dimension Fusion and a Jinzo and a Chaos monster, and you have any monsters in the graveyard that facilitate it, you have immediately won the game in a way that is totally unstoppable. You can Painful Choice away 3 DMOC and 2 copies of the Creator, which basically represents a DMOC and a copy of Painful Choice back in your hand again. This card is ridiculous, and Chaos is an unbeatable deck. But me repping a perfectly Chaos mirror match wouldn't represent the work that the community has done over the last month. There have been some really, really cool things that came into play, and one of the coolest interactions is with Sinister Serpent. It turns out that if you mill 3 Sinister Serpent off of Painful Choice, you basically create a nutso advantage loop that finds you drawing 3 cards every turn. It is crazy, and it has a lot of fun interactions and creates fun gameplay, and this is honestly what I've been repping on stream, despite the fact that it is almost certainly weaker than pure Chaos. I'm gonna be honest with y'all today, I am volunteering to get railed a little bit, just to show off how cool I think this version of the deck is. There is a version with Levia Dragon Daedalus that's really funny, but it's a little bit too sacky for my taste. Let's get into a quick card by card. We have 3 of the man, the myth, the slithery boy himself, Sinister Serpent. We've got 3 Tribe Infecting Fires to basically turn into Raigeki with Sinister Serpent in your hand. 3 of the Creator, just an incredibly powerful card. Just nuts. I expect this card very, very well represented in this episode. It's got 3000 defense and is a walking Monster Reborn, and with Sinister Serpent, that Monster Reborn is free. We've got 2 The End of Anubis. This is the best anti-meta threat that we have available to us. We have 3 Dark Magician of Chaos. Oh boy, this card is busted. Every single one of this card's effects are stupid. It is resurrectable with the Creator. It banishes itself for Dimension Fusion. It's just so good. We have to get rid of it. We have 3 BLS, which is by far and away the best monster that you can Chaos summon. 2 Witch of the Black Forest, which is a dangerous choice because of the existence of these 2 cards, but it does happen to search out almost all of my deck, so I decided to run 2 of it. We have 1 Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer, to round out our monsters as another anti-meta pick off of Witch. If I've got a clear board, this can set back my opponent a couple of turns. Going into the spell cards, we start off with 3 Painful Choice, which immediately wins you the game, 3 Graceful Charity, which almost immediately wins you the game, 2 Monster Reborn, which brings back a DMOC, which can bring back Graceful Charity, which wins you the game. You've got 1 Pot of Greed to get you into the above-named cards to win you the game. There's the spell lineup. Our traps are Dust Tornado, 3 Raigeki Break, this card is nuts with Sinister Serpent, 3 Solemn Judgment, the best trap card of the format, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole to basically blank a Dimension Fusion or get rid of a Chaos Monster, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Call of the Haunted to bring back all my nutso stuff. Our side deck is pretty obvious. We've got 3 Despair from the Dark, 4 Hand Rip strategies and Chaos Emperor Dragon strategies, 2 Jinzo for stall things, 1 Kaiku to add more banishability from my opponent's graveyard, 3 Heavy Storm, again for stall, 3 Noblemen of Crossout to get rid of face downs. If Joseph is running things like Magical Merchant, I will be citing this in, and finally 3 of the Forceful Sentry for going first. Basically to make it more likely that Joseph does not open with a painful choice. That's the deck. One thing I do want to go over, there has been a question about the rulings around cards like Solemn Judgment that negate the activation of a card. In Junior format, you are only allowed the activation of 1 spell card and 1 trap card per turn. Folks have wondered if negating the activation of one of those cards gives you another opportunity to activate. Our original ruling was that it did because it made logical sense, but we have since changed the ruling because that ruling sucks. Now we say you get 1 attempt at an activation of a spell card or a trap card per turn, or one attempt to activate a spell card and 1 attempt to activate a trap card per turn, which means that if you Solemn Judgment, they do not get to activate another because that just makes sense. That out of the way, let's go get railed by chaos, shall we?
We need to stop inviting other people on the show. Did you see that one? Every time that I feel like we've created a format that's actually playable, 2 other Yu-Gi-Tubers show up and prove to us we're the stupidest people who have ever lived. I never thought I would be rooting for the burn player, but did you see what Golden Nova brought? Anyway, after tainting my perfect uncancelable name with that gameplay, Nova pissed off into the sunset, presumably to carry on a Montague Capulet-style feud with Shiggies, and left us with 2004. Now, as RJ has already explained to you, the best deck by far is Chaos, and that isn't very surprising. Dark Magician of Chaos, Dimension Fusion, and both of the big Chaos boss monsters are all legal in 2004, which means that you probably should be doing that and nothing else. But I've got a trick up my sleeve. You see, there's a card that allows you, if you're the Chaos player who is going first, to prevent your opponent from ever getting off to the races, and it is Necro Valley. Now, Necro Valley does so much against every good deck in this format. It stops the creator from activating. It stops Demock. It stops you from even being able to summon Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End or Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. So if you're able to fire off your monsters first, and then follow them up with a Necro Valley, then you've pretty much won the game. Now, cards like Royal Tribute are in here as well, despite the fact that this doesn't really play particularly well with the Junior Journey rule set. You can't activate Necro Valley and then activate Royal Tribute. That's 2 spells in 1 turn, but realistically, your opponent is going to be saddled with a handful of unsummonable monsters after you land the Valley. So on the follow-up turn, you can fire off the Royal Tribute and close the game out forever, even if the Necro Valley leaves the field. And the only way it's going to leave the field most of the time is by activation of something like Dust Tornado. So the turn you get while they remove it is enough to win you the game. All in all, I really like this list. It's got a lot of the power cards that this format is going to be known for and that will be absolutely banned by the end of the episode, and it's also got some sort of an interactive game plan, though realistically, in games 2 and 3, I wouldn't be surprised if I wanted to board out Necro Valley just because it hurts me as much as it hurts RJ. So let me give you a quick once-over of the cards. We've got 3 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, no surprises here, 3 Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy at the end, 3 Dark Magician of Chaos, 3 Creator, 3 The End of Anubis, 3 Magical Merchant. This is a very weird pick. You would think that it's a little slow in a format like this, but filling up the graveyard is actually extremely powerful, and more ways to get to our next card, Dimension Fusion, is absolutely necessary. Visor Shock is a weird include in here, but there's a lot of scenarios where you can get this card banished by use of a BLS or a SED, and then bring it back with a Dimension Fusion in order to Trunade your opponent's board, or their set Magical Merchants if they are playing them, just because it doesn't specify spells and traps, and it really comes in handy a lot. After that is triple Graceful Charity, triple Necro Valley, triple Royal Tribute, triple Painful Choice. This is a disastrous card, and obviously the most important thing to ban coming out of this episode, followed by triple Solemn Judgment, a Dust Tornado, a Torrential Tribute, and a Call of the Haunted. In the side, we've got triple Jinzo, triple Heavy Storm, triple Nobleman, triple Return from a Different Dimension, and triple Royal Tribute. So, I expect that this deck is going to be powerful. Will it be more powerful than what RJ is playing, given that he has access to these same cards? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe these Necro Valleys and Royal Tributes will brick me in a mirror match. Maybe they will turn out to absolutely floodgate him out of the game. Whatever the case, enjoy this while it lasts, because 80% of this deck is going to be banned at the end of the episode. Well, we're back. I hope that everyone had a happy, enjoyable holiday and came back, not diseased. That's not necessarily a given, but we are here to entertain and ideally save the future of the human race, and I think we're pretty close. I would say that maybe inviting those last two on put a small wrinkle in our overall plans. They did not exactly take the approach I would have done. I believe they are still feuding.
They are. They really and truly never stopped. We may have created a monster. Although, what I will say in favor of our incredible, perfect Forbidden and Limited list that we made last time, our goal was to simplify the game, and it really does not get much simpler than what's about to happen here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think these are going to be pretty complex games. I expect a lot of interesting interactions. And, I imagine that the choice will not be particularly painful.
Well, that was... Wow. That did not go great.
It's late.
First turn.
All right.
Oh, this is...
Christ.
I warned people ahead of time this deck has the potential to brick harder than our good Lord Martha P. Johnson. I was not prepared for the extent.
All right, well, I didn't brick, idiot. Let's draw my 6th card and fire off that painful choice.
What are you doing drawing an extra card on your first turn?
Whoa. Could be anything. Okay. We're going to go...
Oh my god, when the choice is painful. There we go. I said the thing, folks. I said it.
When he said when the choice is painful,
longer.
I clapped. I hate to do this to you. I will be sending Dark Magician of Chaos to the graveyard.
I had the feeling.
And I'll be sending a second. And I'll be sending a third. I mean, we've all been here. Well, sheesh. What do I do from this position?
I have a thought.
And
I hope you don't have the same thought.
I think Dimension Fusion would be funny. What do you think? I hate this, man. This sucks. I'm going to send Dimension Fusion, the creator.
God damn it.
There he is.
You were so close. You were so close to missing it. Yep, this is the marquee interaction of the format right here.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, the chances you have a copy of the creator already in your hand are disturbingly high. God, the real painful choice was the choice we made to participate in this war crime of a format. What's terrible is I think I have to give you Dimension Fusion because everything I give you is also Dimension Fusion.
Yeah,
so
no,
you can have it.
Dimension Fusion at least is Dimension Fusion, but I also don't have the creator and DMOC. So yeah, we'll take that. Shockingly, the floodgate that is preventing me from popping all the way off is the rule set that is stopping me from doing some bullshit. So we'll just set one card. And you know what? I think I'm going to normal summon a very silly card that I hope you don't see coming. The End of Anubis.
Ooh, it's a pretty good one.
All right, back to you, buddy.
Draw for turn. Well. We're going to normal summon our own copy of The End of Anubis.
Let's fucking go. Now this is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just giant fucking jackals just duking it out with their purple fists until, of course, you like Sakuretsu armor me or something.
We'll just send it. I don't care.
Okay. Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row and end my turn.
All right.
I have to make a decision at this point.
Yeah.
Nah. I am good.
All right. Stand by main.
Mhm.
This is a hard one. Let me put my.
I do
thinking
not
cap
like
on
the
here.
noises you are making right now.
All right. I want to banish a lightning.
Stop looking at your graveyard.
All right. We're gonna go for Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy at the end.
Holy shit! Yep.
That's
yeah.
Then we'll Dimension Fusion.
Yeah. This is gonna suck.
Down comes the Creator. Down comes Democ.
I am actually going to chain Call of the Haunted, targeting my End of Anubis.
Okay, I will Solemn Judgment that.
And that is the end of the game, folks. It was
that was a good one. I think we have proven how good this format looks.
Oh my god.
Well, that was fun. I mean, did you have
That-
a good time?
I'll say, I didn't even realize what was happening to me. I literally just I blinked, I had drawn cards, and then you had won the game. So it could have been worse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first.
It sounds.
I'm gonna
good.
go first. I think we did not recognize, as is thematic for our series,
No,
the
we've never
impending
missed
doom
anything.
that we were allowing to overtake us in the future. And it started off with a painful choice.
Well, I'm deciding if I want to admit defeat now. Here's what I'll do. I'll offer a draw. So let me. Yeah, I mean, I can't stop it. There's no Ash
All right.
Blossom in 2004.
You will now get to see the source of how my deck works. I
what you
will
got for me,
allow
buddy?
you the option of choosing a Sinister Serpent.
Ooh.
You could also choose a Sinister Serpent. You could even choose a Sinister Serpent.
Okay.
Or you could give me a Democ or a BLS.
You know that you don't have to play these cards, right? You can play good cards in that slot. What's going on here, buddy?
Hey, they may not be good cards, but I'm going to get 2 of them for free next turn.
Ooh, and that's really what I care about here is card advantage. I almost want to give you, obviously the pick is Sinister Serpent, but I almost want to give you BLS because what if you have a Chaos guy and you're just bluffing it out? BLS cuts you off light. Oh, it's definitely wrong. I'm gonna pick BLS here.
Okay, I will take a BLS, and I will see my 3 copies of Sinister Serpent next turn. I will also see my copy of Painful Choice once again as I normal summon
Fuck
Dark
you,
Magician of
buddy.
Chaos.
That seems pretty good.
All right, I'll set a back row, and I will let you go. I'm deciding if that was just a really bad move. If just setting that particular back row was the wrong move here. No, I know what your deck is capable of, and I am not going to allow it.
I don't think you do know what my deck is capable of. And you're about to find out how woefully misguided you are right now. First, I'll normal summon Visor Shock.
I know exactly the card you're going to follow that up with. Yes, I will. Actually, okay. If it is what I think it is, this is probably honestly the play. I am going to respond to its effect with Raigeki Break, discarding my End of Anubis and targeting Visor Shock.
Interesting.
This is a little bit of a gamble because it depends on you playing a particular strat that I think is very you.
Well, let's see if you were right, buddy. I'll activate Necro Valley.
Was not quite the one I was thinking of, but that's okay.
All right, I'll set 1 card and back to you, buddy.
Sure, I'll draw for turn. Main phase 1.
I hate to do this. Necro Valley does not stop Sinister Serpent at this time.
Oh, okay. We're working with one of the bad errata.
You can have it back. Thank God
I will
that
take all 3 of them. Yes.
They eventually changed Necro Valley to just be a picture of someone looking at a graveyard and a no. But for a long time, you could pretty much do everything under Necro Valley, save banish cards.
Okay. Well, let's see. I should probably make a painful choice here.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're just gonna do this shit every turn, so
I'm gonna absolutely do this
Go
shit
for it
pretty much
again,
every turn.
friendo.
Okay, let's see. What am I gonna give you the option of? Graceful Charity.
Hmm.
The Forceful Sentry.
Hmm.
I know it's still in here unless I cited it out. We'll go for another copy of the Forceful Sentry. Or yet another copy of the Forceful Sentry.
Okay, okay.
Or you could give me the really easy choice here. This is such an easy choice I'm giving you. You could just give me Raigeki Break. It's a minus.
That is kind of bad, I think. I will give you the Forceful Sentry, and in 4 turns, you can go ahead and take a card out of my hand.
Indeed. Well, I'll be taking some life points out of you and attack
yeah.
directly with D-Mock.
Go for it.
Main phase 2, I will set a monster that you will never guess, and I'll set a back row, and it's your turn.
All right, stand by main. Well, this is interesting. All right, we'll just do this and pass.
Okay, I will draw for turn. Ooh, that is a pretty decent one. Well, we'll start off with the Forceful Sentry. Show off what you got.
All right, so my hand is Dimension Fusion, Magical Merchant, the End of Anubis. It's not great.
Magical Merchant.
Okay. And then we'll shuffle that bad
Okay.
boy.
And the chances that that other card is also Magical Merchant are irritatingly high, but there's not a huge amount I can do about it, so I might as well banish the damn thing. I'm going to attack in with D-Mock.
Fine, yes. Okay, let's see what we get here.
Well,
I can get back my Magical Merchant, you know?
you could. And in the main phase 2, I will set a back row, and I will end my turn.
All right, I will draw for turn.
So I know you have End of Anubis. You no longer have Magical Merchant. What the hell else did I see? I saw Magical Merchant, End of Anubis. Oh, you have 2 Dimension Fusions. That's what's going on here. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So I can activate a spell and a trap per turn, right?
That is correct.
Oh my... Good golly. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to normal summon the End of Anubis.
I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to bottomless.
Yeah, no response to that. If I just Dimension
You can Dimension Fusion it back. Yeah, that's totally
for
fine.
blockers. Yeah. Yeah, I'll Dimension Fusion here.
Yeah, it's all you, boo.
All right, we'll go End of Anubis, and big surprise, we're going to get back the Merchant in defense, in fact.
Oh, incredible.
All right, we'll try and walk into what I am hoping is a Sinister Serpent.
It is, in fact, a Sinister Serpent.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, my Sinister Serpent will not activate this turn.
Haha.
Main phase 1. I'm just gonna slam my D-Mock right into that thing.
All right, I will
Okay.
take your D-Mock.
Main phase 2. You have a Light and a Dark in the Grave, but you also have a Necro Valley. Visor Shock only returns sets, so it's not going to return your Necro Valley. It is conceivable that you're going to Heavy Storm yourself. Oops, main phase 2, I will set... Yeah, I'll set a monster in my turn.
Sure.
If you fire off Dimension Fusion, you've just, wasted 2,000 life points, and that's fine by me.
All right, I'm going to go for Graceful Charity I ripped off the top.
That's a pretty good card. Yep.
Decent. Oh.
Yeah, happy with your draws there, buddy?
They're okay.
You enjoying yourself?
I'm going to send Dimension Fusion and BLS. I
Cool.
had a sick play where if I could out my own Necro Valley, I banish Visor Shock Merchant, Dimension Fusion the Visor Shock, True Nade your back row, and then OTK. And unfortunately, my own hubris got in the way. Something that I'm sure will never happen again. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain. Okay, let's do something a little bit greedy, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm going to flip summon Witch of the Black Forest.
I'm still with you.
Okay, I'm going to go into the battle phase.
Yes.
I am going to attack Magical Merchant.
No responses or anything.
Okay, and I'm going to attack into your face down.
It is another magical merchant.
Dear Jeezy fucking crazy. Okay.
Yes.
There's also been this Sinister Serpent rotting in my grave that I could have gotten back.
It's really the third Sinister Serpent that makes the difference.
It really is. That's exactly it. Main phase 2, you discarded a Dimension Fusion. You could conceivably have a third Dimension Fusion in your hand. It's not outside the realm of possibility, but I'm not going to concern myself with that possibility. I'm just going to end my turn. I think that's the play here.
Oh my god, I'm so good at Yu-Gi-Oh!
How's it going?
I'm going to set a card.
Okay. That is fine.
I will activate Dust Tornado targeting your back row.
Oh, that actually does hurt me slightly. It is Call of the Hunted.
Oh. Now we're getting somewhere. I will banish a Light and a Dark baby
Oh boy.
to summon Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End.
We'll see if it's worth it for you.
Now here's the pickle I made. I would really like to use the effect and wipe the board. That, I believe, causes you to +4? It's pretty close.
I will say it's probably not the most helpful thing you can do for your own strategy.
I also have some other problems, like how you're allowed to set one card a turn, so I can't even follow it up with a trap card because I set the goddamn Necro Valley to out my own Necro Valley. Let's just go to combat. I'll walk over the Demock.
Okay, my Demock will be banished, and I will take 200.
And then in main phase 2, I will use my activation to fire the Necro Valley again.
Sounds great, buddy.
Back to you.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Well, let's try this.
You know, yeah, I have no response to that.
Okay, we're going to declare. We're going to discard a Sinister Serpent, and I, of course, have once again forgotten about the other Sinister Serpent in my grave. I'm going to declare Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just swing in.
This is 27.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It's only the last life point that matters, baby.
And there is still a particular trap card in the game that a little bit takes advantage of this situation in a way that scares me.
Yeah, you got it. Damn! I had some silliness, but not enough. Why am I playing Necro Valley? I'm looking at a handful of Chaos Emperor Dragon like, what the fuck is this card in my deck? Okay, all right.
Congratulations, you metagamed yourself.
May you not open Painful Choice, dick.
Oh, I may have just opened with the one opening that is better for me than Painful Choice.
Well, it better be better than my Painful Choice.
It is probably not better than your Painful Choice.
All right, we're gonna go the Creator. We'll go Demock. Maybe I sent too many last time. We'll go Demock. We'll go 2 Creator. And we'll go Dimension Fusion.
I guess you get Dimension Fusion.
Okay. Let's go Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End.
Okay.
All right, just deciding
That is a
if
big
I wanna
old bunket.
do it. What if I just do it? What if I just do it and we play top deck mode? It's so bad because I know that you're on Sinister Serpent. I know you're on so much stupid shit that blows me out of the water. I know you're on Chaos Guys. They become crazy top decks. But it's also like really funny.
It's Chaos Emperor Dragon.
Like, it's wrong too, right? Because I have the graveyard set up to keep going. I have the Dimension Fusion to blow you out next turn. But it's so funny.
You must decide, Joseph. Remember who you are.
All right, if it said all other cards, I would have done it, but I'm too much of a wuss. I'm sorry. We'll normal summon Dark Magician of Chaos.
God fucking damn it.
Get the painful choice back. All right, set one pass. Go ahead, buddy.
Well, I will draw for turn. I will say you did make absolutely the correct choice. I opened Graceful Charity.
Yeah,
Do
go
you
ahead.
have a Solemn Judgment for me?
No,
Okay, I will draw 1, 2, 3, and I will send to the graveyard 2 copies of Sinister Servant.
Really quality play right here.
Yep. It worked out for me. I am going to then set a monster and a back row and pray.
Okay, my set card is Dust Tornado. I'll pop your.
And that is also the end of the game. There goes
provided
my
the set
right
card isn't
neck break.
Morphing Jar, I think it is. Stand by me. Oh, it gets better, buddy. What did I draw? Off the
Oh,
top?
no.
You know what I drew off the top, baby? Get him out of here! Get him out of here! Oh my god.
I was like, there is a world where he decides to go for the Emperor
Oh
here.
my god. All right. Creator. I'll just
Yep. Jesus.
fire it off. We'll bring back the D-Mock. We'll get back. I don't know. Let's get back the Knock. Who cares?
Yep.
Da-da-da-da-da. Fuck this fucking set. It's just too bad. Oh, that was. I won't say those games were fun, but they were games. And, you know, that's.
I told chat while I was showing off my deck profile, I was like, I have a chaos deck. I have probably exactly the same chaos deck you were running, minus Necro Valley.
Yeah, I was like, I can't show up with the Chaos deck. That's boring. We'll play Necro Valley Royal Tribute, and over the course of 2 turns, we'll blow every card out of the hand. Terrible move.
I was just like, okay, I just had to show off something that wasn't chaos. Like, there were a million chaos decks, and I had to show off something that wasn't just chaos. And I went for Sinister Control. I was like, look, chaos is by far and away the best deck this format. But, like, I've had good games between Sinister Control and Chaos. I've had good matches. This was not one of them.
Yeah, this doesn't rank up there.
No removal tools in the world are sufficient to remove Chaos Emperor Dragon into the Creator D-Mock Dimension fusion.
I know that we
It's just
first
like-
saw this issue when it was like, we need to unban some of the sweepers. No, nothing is gonna fucking stop this.
There really is nothing. You just
Torrential
can't.
could
It's
start in your
inevitable.
opener and it would not fix this problem.
So fortunately, I came equipped.
I haven't thought
today-
a single moment about what we're banning. I was just
Buddy,
gonna say,
I
fuck
brought-
2004.
I brought an entire Banlist wish list
Oh, let's go.
that I think is sufficient. I've been playing this. I've been consulting the Discord, which, you know, is a decision that I made. And I came up with some pretty good things. And I'm going to just, I'm going to spitball a Dark Horse for the first card that we ban here. And I'm going to say, much to everybody's surprise, really this is a drum roll moment for everybody. Fuck Painful Choice.
Yeah, I
Get
think
this
that's
card
dope.
the hell out of my format.
Are you sure, like, you don't want to do the progression thing where we leave it legal for like a year and then just keep drawing it? No, this is
I
ass
will
card.
not abide this card.
This card
Nope.
is so bad.
It is outie.
All right. On that note, a card that is part of this disastrously powerful loop, and it just gets so much better under the junior rule set. I think we can't probably keep D-Mock legal. I
Nope.
think there's no world where this is an okay card to have. It's like, no, you can't, like, reborn it, get it back, then reborn again. It's like, yeah, I mean, who cares?
It's true. When you still have, you know, Pot of Greed, Painful Choice, well, not Painful Choice anymore, but like Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Hand Loop cards. Also, there are so many good things that normal summoning a D-Mock brings back. And we didn't get to show off the real power of D-Mock in this format, which is that it ruins every recruiter strategy
Yes.
ever. There were so many duels where people were just like, oh, this is fine. They attacked in with D-Mock. I don't take damage. I've got this recruiter. And then they read the card again and immediately admitted defeat. This card is nuts.
I
It
mean,
cannot be allowed to live.
I'm shocked you showed up with Witch. I was like, oh my god.
Next, we are going to ban easily the best monster in this format that isn't named Demok, which is Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. I think a limit could be feasible, but it's just a 3,000 guy that breaks the action economy in this format, and also it attacks twice. Also it banishes cards. It was banned for like 10 years for a reason.
I get that people want BLS to be limited for like stupid GOAT format reasons. They're like, oh, cool, it's like a fun card. I have never had fun with this card in GOAT format. I have never had fun with this card pre-GOAT format. I never had fun with this card when it got unbanned in 2011. Like, it was too early. And it dominated the format. And then, you know, I think what finally got it removed from sort of consistent tournament play was just Duelist Alliance just changed how we played Yu-Gi-Oh!
And it was still playable in Shadows.
Yeah, like you played it in Shadows sometimes. And I think you make a really good point about it breaking the action economy, because this is like the first set where we're actually special summoning, outside of like using spells and traps to do so. And holy shit, it's horrifying. It's so good. On that note, I'd like to ban the other special summon Chaos asshole, Chaos Emperor Dragon.
Yep. Alex will be very happy to know that I fully agree with banning Chaos Emperor Dragon. I've been telling him forever that Chaos Emperor Dragon is a bad card in limited formats, and it's a mediocre card otherwise. You know, when you have triple dimension fusion, the calculus changes slightly on that.
I guess I would... You know, I was like, I'd push back on that a little bit. I certainly did not have any success with this card in Prague playoffs, just because, like,
nobody does.
You're gonna what? Send the whole fucking field and then lose to your opponent's top deck, like, easily.
Exactly.
But I was like, you know, Gage was so good with it in progression, and then I was like, oh, but he had painful choice, didn't he? Yeah. Well, that's true. That does change some things.
On a similar note, with special summoning now in the format and other wild things to come, I think it's time for us to say goodbye to our first draw card. So long, Graceful Charity.
You know,
it's only going to go downhill for this card from here.
I was going to say, like, at some point we'll probably have to ban Pot of Greed. I like that we haven't yet. I think it's very funny. But I think we're also coming to terms with the fact that what many people already secretly knew, which is that Graceful Charity is way fucking better than Pot of Greed.
Just a better card.
So much better.
You mean I can set up for my strategy in the graveyard and dig 3 cards into my deck?
And keep in mind, this is a point when nothing has graveyard effects. Like, just putting guys that are dark and light in the graveyard is enough to make this card way better. Or Serpents, I guess.
My choices for this list are a little bit spicy. So we've already gone through the obvious one. We have banned Painful Choice, CED, BLS, DMOC, Graceful Charity. I would also like to ban Swords of Revealing Light.
What?
There are 4 stall cards that are allowable at 3 in this format. Swords of Revealing Light, out of all of them, is one-sided, which I am not a fan of. So that was one of my thoughts. We just need to stop stall from... We are not going to have another stall deck in our guest episode.
I was going to say, we're not going to play it because I think both of us are like, I don't want to play that. But you could bet your ass whoever we bring on will be like, what if we played?
For limits, I think GOAT format got it absolutely right when they limited Sinister Serpent.
Yeah.
I think it is an okay card. It provides some cool synergy. But without Painful Choice in the format or Graceful Charity, I don't think it needs to be banned. Bringing back Dark Hole to 1 was also on the list.
We'll bring back the fucking Dark Hole. What a mistake that was. Oh my god.
Limiting Level Limit Area B was my other hit to stall.
That's right.
There are 2 other stall cards in the format. One of them is checked by Jinzo, and the other still has situations where it incentivizes attacking. People still like to attack under Messenger of Peace, and it loses to recruiters, which I think is hilarious.
It's quite funny.
I'm not sure what to do with Jinzo. It's a very strong card. It does, however, lose to Blue Eyes White Dragon and just about everything else under the sun. So I think we can leave it.
I love Jinzo. I think he's great.
I think
like
we
that
should
he
leave
loses
it
to every normal summon.
And I also think it's time that we undo a great injustice in this format. I think there is a card that was unjustly targeted in the first episode. Actually, it was justly because that format sucked. There were no good cards in that format.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to say, buddy.
I think we should let Barrel Dragon off the
he
list.
can come back. He can come back. I'm sorry, buddy. You gotta understand. It was a different time. You know, we didn't know what we were doing.
He's also got a much better little brother in Blowback Dragon, perfectly legal. And I love the idea that in 2005, we can actually use polymerization to summon Gatling Dragon.
That would be fun.
And that is the list I had prepared. Do you have further thoughts about it?
I have some fears. The one card that I am still a little frightened about is Dimension Fusion. I think that card is very easy to break, but I also think that, like, it's a cool, interesting build around that allows you to play, like, a terrible deck that's on, like, Bazoo and Sork and stuff, and, like, make a super sick push that is good, but not necessarily game-breakingly strong. Like, that deck is completely legal in GOAT format as well. I'd like to keep it around for another episode, but I would, if you want it gone, I would 100% roll over for it.
I have a spicy compromise for you that I proposed to the Discord that they all thought I was nuts for. We semi-limit Chaos Sorcerer.
Are you fucking stupid?
My reasoning is Chaos Sorcerer at 3, you can expect to get multiple times per game. Right. Chaos Sorcerer at 2, you can expect to get once per game. If you aren't seeing Chaos Sorcerer, your way of banishing monsters is Bazoo the Soul Eater, a monster that at best gets the size of an End of Anubis. That said, Return from the Different Dimension is also legal in this format, so that is something we should consider.
I mean, Return is PP bad. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Okay, we'll try it. Cool.
And I think we have fixed the format once again. I mean,
absolutely.
How did we get, I guess, this good at balancing Yu-Gi-Oh? The world may never know.
It's really through hardship that we become wise. And the hardship that made me wise this time was staring damn fucking DMOC the creator CED on turn 2.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of solved formats, we end most of our first halves of these years with the understanding that we have fixed the format. And then 2 complete jerk-offs show up and show us that we are completely, absolutely wrong. So if you're interested in being one of those 2 jerk-offs, you know, you've got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitch or YouTube presence, or maybe you're very funny on Twitter, hit us up, and we will see if we can get you to break the Junior Journey 2004 format. But until then, I mean, I think I'm good. You got any last thoughts?
I am so glad to be leaving this format.
You were playing this on stream, too.
I was playing it on stream. It was... Oof. It's so bad. The community that was literally just, like, filling up the Discord per hour has gone silent for the last week because nobody wants to participate and get it out of here.
Well, best of luck to our contestants, and we will see you next time.